I thought I would take a few minutes to address a really important question that's come up, and I'm actually a little surprised that I haven't tackled yet here on the channel. So that question, of course, is what is Afterlife Studios? So, it kind of just happened, and putting some thought into making this video, it was an enlightening experience for myself and for Melissa. So I thought I would just sit here under the St. Valentine's tree and cuddle up with the pups who are sleeping right next to me and explain a little bit about where this came from and where it's all headed. And I would love to hear, of course, your thoughts and ideas and experiences. You could leave them down below. So, Afterlife Studios is a catch-all name for a business that Melissa and I have kind of always wanted to enter in together. We spent a number of years dreaming about together. And in September of last year, it kind of lurched forward with some unexpected and unforeseen changes that came after we moved here to the Greenville area. So we decided to meet challenges head on and form a company and put our dreams to work for us and only for us. So we formed Afterlife Studios, and we quickly began to kind of piece together all the things that we've been fantasizing about and looking at dreaming to achieve. The first thing is upcycling and recycling tools. So my previous life, I spent more than about half of my life working at one company making toys for the mass market, and transitioning into another career at this stage in my life just doesn't seem like a viable option, especially when we have a lot riding this move and this transition and what's happening around us, etc. So, with my wife's encouragement, I formed a company that advises toy companies on strategy and overall to market planning and innovation and invention and stuff like that, which is kind of like the backbone for what I'm working on with most of the time. And the purpose of doing that was to drive our core concept forward, which was this upcycling and recycling of tools. So in the near 25 years at my previous company, I've made countless toys, sold all around the world, and no doubt just destined to head to the landfill at some point. And that's something that actually kept me up at night as a young toy designer, and after I had children, and now with my new family here in the Carolinas, something that concerns me. So I think, probably in a late night conversation, something like this, it's approaching midnight now, Melissa and I started kicking around the idea of innovative ways to upcycle and recycle toys. We saw some trends on social media, and we adapted some of those trends, and we're innovating in that space now. But the core thing that we do is go to thrift stores and go to Goodwills predominantly and purchase, hand decorate, repurpose toys that we find there that ultimately would end up in the landfill or somewhere else. So we're breathing new life into these things. And that's where the namesake of the company kind of comes from. There's the one aspect that's, this is my life after being a toy designer at this one company forever and ever. And then also a way of giving toys new life. So this all kind of falls into that afterlife concept. My wife as well is kind of out on her own now. She's parted ways with her company of 11 years, 13 years. So this has been a real learning and growth experience for us both. In that opportunity and in this time, we decided to really take the lid off of everything. We turned our second car, which is a funeral coach, into part of this business, part of our marketing and advertising, and then just surrounding ourselves with all the things that we've been ultimately most passionate about us in the time that we met and throughout our lives. So horror movies, monster movies, the universal monsters, the classics, creepy things of all types, shapes, and kinds. And we're living our life this way now. So I think that's the most important part to this concept, is that it's a reinvention of us. It's a reinvigoration and reinvention of the toys that we handmade. And we have some real big goals with what we want to do and the lives we want to touch, the experiences that we want to give with the stuff that we're making. So it's coming up on high season for flea markets and night markets and things, and we're really getting ourselves out there and looking to find new friends and find new colleagues and people that we can collaborate and work with. So we thought it was very important that it was known and that it was kind of in concrete that Afterlife Studios is this. This is kind of what we're doing in our head. My dog is making terrible noises. All right. Well, thanks for coming by, and look for more updates soon. We'll have some behind the scenes leading up to our first market of the season and a lot more. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.